gold and silver is to preserve your wealth. Fiat currency, or that's how you, I mean, that's how things are traded. I mean, you can, if you got gold and silver, you can always get the fiat currency or the accepted currency of your country.
I made a video last week about a renowned financial guru who does not like silver, does not like gold. And then I got a spirited text from a regular contributor to our channel, Buddy Rumble, the Louisiana Gold Guru, and he was excited to join me today to talk about what this guru's saying, and maybe we can poke some holes in the thesis together. Buddy, welcome to Ron's Basement.
Thank you, Ron. I appreciate you bringing me on. I enjoyed being here with you and your viewers. They're greatly appreciated.
Well, you're always welcome here. So Dave Ramsey, who's a respected, well-known financial guru, does not like silver and gold. And there's a couple of things he puts on the table as for reasons, one of which is the long-term track record of gold. If you pluck a certain, period of time, you can say, well, the S&P 500 beat gold. Any thoughts on that, buddy?
Well, I can give you a test to it that Dave Ramsey's wrong. I mean, gold and silver, you might wait on it, but that's your wealth. You're not spending it, and it hits it hits lows and it gets highs. But right now we're at 1978. I think, or 71 this morning, last time I checked. I've heard Dave Ramsey, and he don't like gold, he don't like silver, but back in 99, we sold our company, Waste Management. And at that time, I think gold was at 300 an ounce, and if we listened to our stock guy at Morgan Stanley, and put your money in the stocks, and IRAs. And I've watched over the years, since 99, you really don't make money off the stock. I mean, it may protect your wealth, but it goes down. But gold has went from 330 in 99 up to the high here a month ago was 2060, I think it hit. And gold has always, since 2008 or 12, when it went up, it's always stayed above, I think, 1,000 or 1,200 an ounce. So it protects your wealth. And Ramsey always talking about, he's got a good message. I am not going to punch holes in paying off credit card debt. That or get out of debt. But so you get out of debt, where do you put your money that's going to be protected? And gold and silver is the protection. That has been the basis of every country.
Yeah. Well, and I think it's important to point out that a couple of things. It depends on the time frame you look at, right? You can cherry pick on either side of the argument, whether you're a gold and silver person or a stock guy, right? There's certain periods where stocks certainly have outperformed gold and silver, but there's also just as many periods during which gold and silver outperformed stocks. I like to look at even a longer term time frame, hundreds of years, thousands of years. How much was a share of Apple computer worth 500 years ago? Well, nothing, right? What will it be worth 500 years from now? Nothing. I don't think that you and I will still be alive at that point, but stocks can go up and down in price wildly. AT&T, a blue chip stock. I know, a couple of years ago it was $30 a share. Right now it's $15 per share. So sure, gold and silver investors can cherry pick situations like that as well and say, stocks are, and eventually we know all fiat money, all printed paper, make believe money, and for that matter, all stocks, eventually they will become worth zero. And I think there's a much stronger argument that gold and silver will continue, as they have for the previous thousands of years, to hold their value.
You know, you look back at the stocks, I mean, the last 50 years, I mean, what's, you know, the stocks that were top stocks then, are they still top stocks? Maybe what, one or two of them are still. I mean, they change. And the thing that I looked at, I worked at Waste Management back in the 90s after we sold out into 2000. And these companies, depending on who's running it, Waste was, I think, a $60 or $65, $75 per share stock. And they got the controllers or the chief financial officer, they got into creative accounting, and they started capitalizing on fuel and things that you're not supposed to. And they got caught, and it went from 70 down to, I think, was 25 or 24. But how many of these companies are using creative accounting to make their bottom line look good and make them look top, you know? And you put your money in that stock market, that's gambling. I mean, it's legal gambling, and it's well pushed, but gold and silver, your precious metals, are the best place to put your money at. And I can't understand, I've listened to Dave Ramsey, and like I said, before, he talks about getting out of debt, which is, that's good advice. But for somebody, you know, even your top financial advisors years ago, they would say, well, you need to diversify and put 10 or 20% of your money in precious metals. This man won't even suggest that. I mean, gold and silver is like kryptonite to him or something.
Yeah. You know, one of the other arguments I heard him make, which I was probably, in my opinion, the most astounding, is along the lines of gold and silver being a way to preserve your wealth during times of turmoil. I heard him use this example of the Confederate, you know, during the Civil War, that if you lived in the South and you had Confederate dollars, his argument was, once the Union won, the Confederate dollars became worthless. However, the people in the South didn't turn to gold and silver as their new currency. They converted to the new, started using Union dollars at that point. So his argument was, if I have this correctly, is that basically, because when civilizations fall, they don't run to gold and silver to use it. But I was like, well, no, wait a minute. The people in the South who had their money in silver and gold after the Confederacy lost, they were okay. They did preserve their wealth, right? Exactly. The people that had their money in Confederate dollars lost everything, and they used the Confederate dollars for wallpaper, from what I understand. So I just really didn't agree with that point, that, well, just because if there's a currency collapse or regime change, however it plays out, people don't directly go to gold and silver, that doesn't mean that it's not a great way for people to preserve their wealth.
Well, gold and silver is to preserve your wealth. Fiat currency, or that's how that's how things are traded. I mean, you could, if you got gold and silver, you can always get the fiat currency or the accepted currency of your country. And like the Confederacy, they lost the war, so they was forced to use the Union dollar. They lost. The victors' triumphs goes to the
spoils.
The spoils go to the triumphant.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like they had a choice. So,
but if you were living in the South during the Civil War and you had your wealth stored in silver and gold, and then the war was lost and you still had your wealth stored in silver and gold, you didn't lose anything.
No, that's what,
Right.
yeah, I can't see Dave's point on that, you know,
Yeah,
but
it doesn't well, the other thing that comes up is gold is just a commodity. It doesn't make any money. You know, that's an argument. That's not just him. I've heard that from several other people. Gold isn't like a rental house or a or a company that makes money. And only fear and greed drive the price. And it's only valuable because other people say it's valuable. It doesn't have any intrinsic value. And to that, I would say, well, yes, it is almost anything is only valuable because other people say it's valuable. And we can look back at the last 5,000 years and people have been in agreement that it's been valuable.
yes, yeah,
All right.
yeah. I mean, well, I mean, there's uses for gold. I mean, he says it's a commodity, but there's only so much gold where you're going to have. You can't print it. You can't make it. In the same way with silver, there's more silver there, but so it makes it worth its weight. You know, I mean, as they say, it's where you're worth your weight in gold. I mean, there's only so much, and not everybody can have it. And I think I think that there was one person that if everybody in the world could own gold, I think everybody could, if they divided it all up that's ever been produced or pulled out of the ground, I think it's 1.25 ounces that everybody in the world could have a piece of. And that's money, that's wealth. I mean, you can always print more dollars, or you can, if they go to the CBDCs, they can, which will be even easier. All they got to do is type a few numbers in and they create money. And
yeah,
that's thin air.
Yeah, I like to kind of zoom out, and I actually have a globe here in my basement. It was my grandpa's, but anyway, zoom out and look at the planet, right? Envision planet Earth and realize there is only so much gold and silver on that planet, period.
That's it.
It's scarce.
Until we can mine asteroids and go
Right.
far out. I mean, but you know, they talk about there's gold and silver in asteroids and leftovers from the solar system, the creation of it. So, but we can't get there. Maybe someday Elon Musk will, but right now the furthest we've been to is the moon, and that was a few trips, and we never have been back. So yeah,
must not have been too easy.
No,
buddy, thank you for joining me today. On behalf of all the viewers, we always appreciate hearing from you, and we're going to look forward to seeing you next time.
Sounds good, and I appreciate it. So thank you, Ron.
All right, see you soon.
Oh, and like, share, and subscribe. We got to get Ron up to, what is it? The goal 22,000 or
no, I think 28,000.
28,000. Well, we got to shoot for 50.
There we go. All right, buddy.
Well, thank you, Ron. Thank you to all your viewers.